Yeah, we back, y'all. Like I told y'all, Facebook kicked me last time. Said I was glorifying terrorists or something like that. I don't know what they're talking about. But yeah. Get the sound down first and foremost. And extract that back. New information. So apparently somebody got I ain't gonna lie. I knew this was gonna real motherfuckers here. What's going on with this stabbing though? I might have to steal this and put this as my safe word. Motherfuckers gonna join every time they see new information on my baby. So let's see what I'm curious to know what happened with this stabbing.
Following new information in Toledo now. Police are collecting evidence in the deadly stabbing of a 14-year-old over the weekend.
You ain't gotta tell me where that's at. You ain't gotta tell me where that's at. That's on Savannah. Oh, something always going on out Savannah, man. I know I ain't the only person that just think that Savannah has turned from the place you used to want to visit as a kid. You used to want to go out. We used to call Savannah Street out Savannah. We used to think we was going out of town. It's like it was a joy to go out there. I ain't even gonna cap. But no, dead ass though, y'all. I ain't gonna cap. Bro, that happened on Savannah. I know for damn. I know that McDonald's. Anytime I see it. But let's tap in though. I could be wrong.
And there's been no decision yet as to whether to charge the deadly stabbing of a 14-year-old over the weekend. There's been no decision yet as to whether to charge the teenage boy arrested as an adult. 13 Action News reporter Alexis Means joins us live with some new information about both the victim and the suspect, all new at 6. Alexis.
Sasham, this is just an awful case. Investigators do not have a motive, and they are collecting evidence from the bank.
He made me smile multiple times. Even when I was sad, he would always make sure I was happy.
It's this smile on Xander Epps' face in this picture that Abigail Ernst says she'll always remember. Ernst was organizing candles at the memorial that sits outside of the McDonald's on North Summit Street for Epps. The 14-year-old was stabbed to death. Abigail Ernst says she's known Epps since he was 9 years old. She recalled hearing about his death.
I got a call later that night from one of my best friends saying that Xander passed away, and I couldn't believe it was true. And I called his mom, and she was hysterical on the phone saying it was true, Xander passed away.
Police say there was a fight on Summit Street that turned into a stabbing. It happened on Saturday just after 8 p.m. The victim ran to the McDonald's on Summit Street near 124th Street. Police arrested a 16-year-old and charged him with murder. Ernst wears this necklace with a picture of her and Epps. She told me the teen was working to get his life back on track.
He told me that he was getting back into school this year. He was excited to start.
Epps attended Whitmer Virtual School. Investigators are still collecting evidence in this case. There's a Skycop camera on Summit across from the McDonald's. The juvenile deputy prosecutor says they know the suspect was on his bicycle coming from work when he encountered the 14-year-old. She says no decision has been made to try the 16-year-old as an adult.
Many people have come forward, but we're trying to separate fact from fiction and what really has occurred here and who really said and did what before we make a determination. In the end, a 16-year-old stabbed a 14-year-old, and we need to know why.
Is the 16-year-old familiar to this court?
He is not. He is a complete unknown, had never had any contact whatsoever that I can see with any court at all.
Is the 14-year-old known to the court?
He has been known to the court.
Ernst telling me Epps made mistakes like any teenage boy, but she claims he was focused on doing better.
Yeah, he did some things bad in the past, but he was changing now. He was making sure everything was good now, and he apologized to a lot of people that he made mistakes in the past with, and I just don't understand why this happened.
And I reached out to the victim's family, but they have yet to return my message. I also contacted the suspect's family. They send their condolences to the victim's family, and they say that this is a case of self-defense. Sasham, back to you.
Wow.
Following new information in Toledo now. Police are collecting evidence.
So that was a wild one. Unfortunately, someone lost their life in this situation. And at that, there was a 14-year-old that lost his life. these situations and these topics be kind of tricky, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't be really want to talk about people's kids for real, for real. But at the end of the day, man, I ain't gonna lie, yo. 14 years old, bro. He's a baby. 16, you still a baby. I mean, even when you're in your 20s, you're young. You're still a baby. You still don't even know anything. So you really gotta think, like, how much do these kids really understand about life at 14 and 16? Man, I'm a prime example of this kid right here. Not this kid that lost his life, but the other kid that's 16 years old. When 16 years old and you get charged with murder, yeah, you get bonded over automatically as an adult. But I guess this may be a little bit more tricky, I guess, because he didn't just get bonded over. They're having discussions about it. And they're saying that it's self-defense. I guess the police officers probably got the footage. Police officers got the footage. People that work there know what happened. There's a story around the situation. But yeah, it's sad, people be losing their life to this type of shit, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, yo, And the shit is this. That's why this is what's going on. That's why two young men just lost their life. What the fuck else are they supposed to be doing? Besides fighting over who got more money, who got the baddest girl, whose shoes is better, who clothes is flyer. What else is we supposed to be doing besides fighting over that? I mean, that's what people love and enjoy the most. Adults love and enjoy this the most. Kids are looking up at the adults trying to figure out, what should I be doing? Oh, I know what I should be doing. I'm going to do what the adults are doing. And then they do this. And they're walking around with knives. And they're walking around with guns. It's just lack of leadership, yo. There's just really a lot of lack of leadership going on around that, a lot in these communities where these young children are losing their life. Yeah, I look like this happened, fairly recently too. So, I wonder what all the type of stipulations they gonna use to try to bond this young man over. That young man was fairly new to the system. I don't think that he should be bonded over. I think that he definitely should be sent to, juvenile detention and get some rehabilitation. It's possible to rehabilitate these young men. We can't fix anything that's already been done, y'all. It's too soon. I know. But we can't fix anything that's already been done. The message got to get put out there that we need more people out there that's been put in situations, then gotten the experience, the rehabilitation, and they can come back and pass the message along. Because apparently, no one's parents are going to do it. Because everybody's looking, and I understand. Times are hard. Every day is long. Work is booty. I get it. And everybody's looking for a break. We're looking for something to ease our mind, distract us. That's either you use drugs, you have an addiction to food, to tobacco. Who knows? Maybe gossiping about people. Who knows what your problem is? But overall, in general, these kids see us just like I see y'all, and I see everything else. Just like we see politicians and we see cops. Y'all taking this the wrong. Y'all. I don't know, man. There's a lot of kids out here that's been losing their life. It's been a lot of stuff going on lately. But yeah, man. If it's one thing I can say, that this could be prevented. Back in my day, man, we used to really do this thing called knuckling up. I don't know if y'all hip to that. It's when you take this hand and you take this hand and you put them over here in front of your face and you do this. Nah, dead ass, man. I ain't gonna cap, y'all. This is a very, very, very sad situation. Very, very sad situation. My condolences go out to everybody in the situation. I'm that kind of person. I'm trying to be understanding to every party. I'm not sitting here to throw rocks at nobody. I'm not here to kick no one when there's down. Especially two kids, y'all. Y'all just don't know how much people don't know when they are at these ages. I mean, let's be real here. Kids don't know anything. I was once 16 years old and I thought I knew something. You was once 16 years old and you thought you knew something. You was once 14 years old and you thought you knew something. You know, one thing did stick out to me what that little girl did say. You know, she was talking about her friend that she had lost. Yeah, unfortunate. She said he was working to try to get his life back together. How bad is his life at 14 years old? I mean, I don't think kids really understand this, but if kids had the mindset, if matter of fact, fuck all that. If adults could go back and be kids again with the mindset we done already had now, every adult would do it. There's almost not an adult that wouldn't go back to 16 years old, 14 years old with the grown-up mindset that they have today in 2025 on August 28th. I'm just being honest and keeping it 100 and funky facts, y'all. Funky facts, man. Funky facts. It's a wild situation, though, man. If these kids only knew how good they had it from fashion, being able to go to school and not have to worry about getting picked on because everything is trending and popping, having access to all of this knowledge on social media where you can actually see everybody's not a reading type of learner. So you got to understand, they're back in, I mean, not you got to understand, but I'm just going to make the statement known. Everybody couldn't learn back in the day because they had to read everything, and you don't understand that reading is just one part of learning. But that was the only way you really could learn back in the day, was by reading. And only the best people that knew how to read and comprehend the information. See, people think just because you listen that gets you somewhere. People think just because you listening or you just listening or you reading and you get it. No, you don't. You have to comprehend it. You have to understand it. You have to understand why putting this square going inside this hole of a square only works if you have it at this angle. If you have it at this angle, it ain't gonna never work. And I promise you, that's just the beginning of comprehension, y'all. I ain't even gonna cap. That was just the beginning. And y'all ever see them little kids? I always fragment. What a joke. You ever see them little kids in the movies and cartoons? I know it's probably real life too. They can't get the block through the hole. Like, bro. Oh my, I'm so happy that it's not mine. Whose child is that? But nah, dead ass, y'all. Nah, like for real though, man. Y'all gotta be more considerate. Considerate to y'all children. Y'all brought them here. And majority of you brought them here because you didn't want them. Majority not because you didn't want them. I apologize about that. You want your kids. Hey, youngsters, they love you. Your parents love you. Look though, nah. But majority of y'all parents out there, y'all brought y'all kids into this world unexpected. It was unplanned. It wasn't something that was done the way that it should be done. Biblical days, and I ain't even got to that aspect yet. But yeah, y'all, they weren't asked to be here, man. And this is the realest thing ever. How can you, the adult, be upset that you didn't ask to be brought here, but then go ahead and treat your children like that? Come on now. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your parents' mistakes. Let's try to prevent these kids from having to go through these mistakes that we've already gone through over and over again. And y'all try to make it seem like y'all have no control over everything. I'm talking directly to parents now. Parents try to act like they have no control over anything. You know what you got control over? You made a baby, and you can make another one. It is. I'm not telling you to go have an abortion, but if your child can't learn from you, maybe you need to send that child somewhere where he can learn from, and just focus on the other children, because you trying to hold on to something that you can't keep forever, first and foremost, and then you don't even have no control over it. It's causing a lot of chaos in the real world. Kids are growing up with real mental issues. They're violent. They're criminals. And then it's leading to one thing after another. One thing after another. That's these presidents, these supremacists, these bigots. You're giving them all of the food that they need to do things like end cashless bail. Why would you end cash? Never mind. Anyways. But a lot of prisons is filled with nothing but adults with kid mindsets that never developed past the age of 14. These kids in the 8th grade be having the reading and comprehension ability of a 4th grader. When you heard that girl say, oh, he was trying to get his life back together, this is what I'm talking about. The comprehension, the lack of so and so and so and so. And yes, I'm talking cash, money. Maybe a check that I cannot cash in. I'm not even gonna lie. But somebody gotta say it, yo. It is a lot of cemeteries being filled up and a lot of prisons being filled up because it's a big business. Y'all sending y'all kids straight to the gulag. I ain't even gonna cap. Y'all sending y'all kids straight to the gulag. It don't matter if it's today, tomorrow, a year from now, 5, 10 years from now. Stand for something, fall for anything. This ain't a direct message to the people out there that's taking care of their children. I'm talking about to the parents out there that's having a hard time themselves, that decided to make kids. If you can't take care of them kids, man, you might have to get them up. I ain't even gonna lie. Because what you gonna end up doing is making their life harder if you not trying to make your life better. And a lot of parents ain't trying to make their life better. They just want to get by. Everybody just want to get by. I just said at the beginning of this when I started talking about this topic. Everybody's looking for a break. Get them kids up. Go find some boxing coaches. Let that coach talk to your kid any kind of way. He gonna need it. He gonna look at you as his parent and he gonna ask himself, why isn't my parent speaking up for me? And this is real. This is why so many babies 30s and up. Anybody, I apologize. I was about to send some shots. I was about to say something that might have offended some people. Okay, anybody 25 and younger. 25 and younger. 25 and up. You experienced your parents letting somebody talk to you crazy. You have to let somebody talk to your kids scary crazy. It's like y'all said it. When y'all raising these, it'd be so many people out here that be going through hard times. They be like, it take a village to raise somebody. Yeah, I know. Now that you on good times and you on your feet and everything, now you don't want nobody talking to your kid any kind of way. Now your kid's your best friend. And now your best friend just stabbed somebody and about to go to jail for the rest of his life. Even if he's calling or claiming it's self-defense, I'm trying to figure out why are we even having this conversation in the first place? The 16-year-old and the 14-year-old. Are we living in medieval times or not? I mean, this got to be medieval times. This has got to be medieval times. Kids is out here sending people to the gulag, yo. I ain't even gonna cap to you, bro. This is crazy. 14 and 16. I've been there before. It was an accident, and I'm pretty sure this kid to say it was an accident too. He probably just threw the knife, tried to, do something with his hand. Get up off me. But shouldn't even be in that predicament in the first place. You got access to so much out here. You shouldn't listen. Who fault is this? It ain't the kid's fault, to be honest with you. It's not the kid's fault. The kid don't know nothing. He don't know nothing. He don't know anything. The kid don't know nothing at all. Want to go ask him? Let's go ask him some questions. I bet you he'd be like, I don't know. I bet you be like, why you do it? He'd be like, I don't know. He don't know nothing. Because he wasn't taught anything. Both of these kids was one of the same, just 2 different ages. Both from the east side of this city. Both at McDonald's. Both probably about to get a $5 biggie bag. They about to both get a double cheeseburger, a fried, a 4-piece nugget with the 4-piece with the barbecue sauce. One and the same. One in the same. Yo, it's crazy, yo. Y'all ain't got to hear it, though. You ain't got to hear it, you feel me? I'm going to keep saying it, though, because somebody going to hear it eventually. Y'all gotta focus, man. Really take heed of what you're doing in front of your children. That kid thought it was cool to carry that knife around because he seen somebody else carry a knife around. Simple as that. Simple as that. Hey, teach your kids how to squabble. Tell your kids, hey man, we ain't killing nobody. We don't kill people. Do y'all sit down and have conversations with your kids like this? Because I could have sworn back in the day parents had conversations with their kids about these kind of topics. And I'm talking about not the friendly buddy one because you don't want your kid to get mad at you and cause you a headache all day. And then you got to go do a 12-hour shift. It's too late for that, gang. You should have been focusing and paying attention in class. This is your opportunity to change his life now. Tell him to focus and pay attention in class. I don't know, bro. I don't know. 14-year-old stabbed 16-year-olds at McDonald's, yo. You know what that McDonald's look like? Remember McDonald's used to be red, yellow, and white? What it look like now? If y'all ain't never been to jail before, then I'm telling you what it look like. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. This is crazy. What they say? I know some people don't be off into conspiracy theories. I'm gonna say one thing. They say school is like one pipeline from school to jail to prison. Hey, man, we doing all the work. Listen, these people, they build these institutions and they build and set up all of these platforms and all of these loopholes and tricks for us to fail. And then guess what we do? We walk out that bitch and act just like sheep and cows. We don't even do no critically thinking and try to act like we want to avoid this shit. Bro, what the fuck is going on around this bitch, bro? I ain't even gonna cap to you, bro. 14, 15, and 16-year-olds should be getting punched in their fucking chest right now by their parents, by their dad, by their big brother. Bro, put that shit down, bro. Go to school. Why you ain't paying attention in class? Bow. Stop playing with me. I already failed. I don't want you to fail. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. 14, 15. I'll never forget the day my mom punched me in my chest. I ain't even do nothing. I ain't even do nothing. She ain't even had custody of me, and I got punched in my chest. Change your life forever. Mom, you know how to take a punch too after that. You'll be like, oh yeah, ain't nothing. Then you at McDonald's, and then a 16 or 14-year-old run up down on you. And guess what? You be like, oh, I got hit in the chest before. I don't need this knife. I'm kind of over the topic, yo. You know, I done spent about 30 minutes talking about it, yo. I ain't even gonna cap to you. I'm gonna keep up with the situation, though. I'm gonna see what's going on with it. Hopefully, a difference and a change can be made out of this situation. Because it seems like a lot of stuff been happening to kids lately, yo. A lot of stuff been happening to kids lately. Somebody, I don't even want to talk about the heinous. Bro, a lot of stuff happen to kids, bro. If y'all love y'all kids, man, tell your kids. Let's be real here. I'm about to put this on the big screen. Let's be real here. As a parent, it is your responsibility to help your child out the best ability and capability as you can. And if you cannot, it is your responsibility to tell your kid that you do not know. And we have to go find somebody to get those answers. I'm over this topic, yo. I ain't even gonna cap. I'm over it, bro. I'm over it. Too many people out here trying to raise, too many grown-ups with kid mindsets trying to raise kids. Kids raising kids. We ain't gonna never go nowhere, yo. Just gonna see more young kids doing more and more heinous crimes. Hey, man, I don't know. I'm over it, though. What we got next, though, y'all? What we got next? I'm gonna make sure I clip this up, throw this on the tube. I ain't gonna cap. We going live on Twitch, too, gang. Don't never get it twisted, baby. Facebook is something I'm about to just do. Just for topics. Y'all got so much going on back at the crib. I might as well run this bread up off y'all. Everybody getting to this cheese. But I really want to help some people out if I can, and hopefully get my message across to some of y'all. Let me get off of this, bro, because y'all probably like, what Dtae be looking at on Facebook? On my mama, I'm looking at somebody's girlfriend for facts.